Past perfect continuous tense. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb in brackets. You will get 5 seconds for each question. Pause the video if you need more time. Can you score 25 out of 25? Let's find out. Question 1. I blank work all day, so I was exhausted by evening. Answer. I had been working all day, so I was exhausted by evening. Question 2. She blank not sleep well and looked very tired. Answer. She had not been sleeping well and looked very tired. Question 3. What blank they blank do before the accident happened? Answer. What had they been doing before the accident happened? Question 4. He blank run for 2 hours when it started to rain. Answer. He had been running for 2 hours when it started to rain. Question 5. Why blank you blank cry before I entered the room? Answer. Why had you been crying before I entered the room? Question 6. We blank try to reach you all morning. Answer. We had been trying to reach you all morning. Question 7. The kids blank not / behave well at school. Answer. The kids had not been behaving well at school. Question 8. How long blank she blank look for her phone? Answer. How long had she been looking for her phone? Question 9. They blank watch that show for weeks before it was cancelled. Answer. They had been watching that show for weeks before it was cancelled. Question 10. I couldn't believe he blank live there all this time. Answer. I couldn't believe he had been living there all this time. Question 11. She blank practice the piano every evening before the exam. Answer. She had been practicing the piano every evening before the exam. Question 12. We blank walk in circles without realizing it. Answer. We had been walking in circles without realizing it. Question 13. He blank fix the roof when the storm started. Answer. He had been fixing the roof when the storm started. Question 14. What a mess they blank make before we arrive. Answer. What a mess they had been making before we arrived. Question 15. You blank not / listen, had you? Answer. You had not been listening, had you? Question 16. The dog blank bark nonstop until we let it in. Answer. The dog had been barking nonstop until we let it in. Question 17. She blank work on the report before the computer crash. Answer. She had been working on the report before the computer crashed. Question 18. They blank argue again? Seriously? Answer. Had they been arguing again? Seriously? Question 19. Why blank it blank rain for so long? Answer. Why had it been raining for so long? Question 20. He blank avoid her all week before finally talking. Answer. He had been avoiding her all week before finally talking. Question 21. I blank wait for the bus for over an hour. Answer. I had been waiting for the bus for over an hour. Question 22. What blank you blank study before changing your major? Answer. What had you been studying before changing your major? Question 23. We blank hope for better weather, but it kept raining. Answer. We had been hoping for better weather, but it kept raining. Question 24. She blank complain about the noise for days. Answer. She had been complaining about the noise for days. Question 25. I just couldn't understand what he blank mumble. Answer. I just couldn't understand what he had been mumbling. How did you do? Don't forget to share your score in the comments. What other topics do you want quizzes on? Links to more practice content are in the description of this video. All the very best.